Welcome, everyone, and glad to have you with us from Williams-Brice Stadium, home of the South Carolina Gamecocks. Hockey and all of his friends ready to go and amped up for what we have in store. We're really looking forward to this matchup. We've got a team that's made its way into the top 25, now trying to pass an all-important road test. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the Arkansas Razorbacks, taking on a fellow SEC opponent, the South Carolina Gamecocks. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Razorbacks will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Gamecocks offense takes the field for the first time today. And here he comes, and you may think that you can take a wide receiver out of the game plan, but Jesse, with this guy, he sort of believes, I'm him. I'm the dude.
Yeah, and he gives defensive coordinators nightmares, too. I swear, when you watch this guy's highlight tape, man, he scares you to death with his speed. He can take the top off the defense. He can change the game, David, on any given play.
And so how many different ways can I continue to give him touches? You know, they're going to split him out wide. I'd hand him the football. I'd throw it to him quick. I'd throw it to him deep. This is a playmaker that will be featured.
He leaves it with his back. Still running at the 40. Afterburner's coming. At the 20.
Wow.
And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And these offensive coordinators tell you they want to start fast and they want to establish the run game. That is exactly what you did. First drive, you hand the football off, making the big explosive run, setting the tone for this football game.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll return it. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. So Arkansas's offense will get the ball for the first time. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really...
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
There's no getting around the fact that they have really scuffled in the first half of SEC play, and now the task is to try to turn it around.
Well, and a lot of times it requires shifting your goals, and this is not how you want it to start, but how can we win this week and take advantage of every opportunity we get, Jesse? So it hasn't been ideal, but there's still some talent, and you can still salvage some wins on the schedule.
Yeah, it's all about finishing the season strong, right? I think this team believes that in this last week, they were able to sort of reset their focus on doing exactly that. They believe they have the horses in the locker room to win games like this. This could be the momentum shift they need.
Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe. Don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum. That's a really nice looking throw, and I'll tell you, he fits in great with this offense because there's been this philosophical shift recently in the SEC offensively. It used to be you had to run the football. I formation, 3 yards in a cloud of dust if you wanted to win. But today, though, you have got to be able to throw if you're going to win. You think about all the great offensive play callers now in the SEC, all the Heisman Trophy winners that have played recently at the QB position. You got to do it through the air, and this guy in Arkansas gives them a chance.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Fast motion from the offense. On second down, wants to throw it. And that's going to fall to the ground. Incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
Hey, when you speed quarterbacks
make that tight end.
You hurry their thought process, they're going to make mistakes. That was a mistake there. Throwing into double coverage, obviously not something you want to do. Could have been worse. Nice job by the defense.
Got it set up on the outside. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be fourth down.
And that's why, as a defense, you want to set up third and long situations. You just want to be able to keep the football in front of you. It's okay for that quarterback to hit the running back on that pass. Now you have all those bodies flying to the football, and they're able to make a tackle.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds his man, and they convert. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down.
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that fourth down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he showed you the arm talent on the throw.
Knocked down after a 3-yard gain to the 25.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Just a short pass to the tight end.
Yes.
And he might be known for run fits, but that was a sure and heavy tackle on the tight end.
Damn.
Quarterback checking off. Looking to throw on third. Finds his big tight end. Tackled after picking up the first down. He knew that he was coming. He had to get rid of it in a hurry, and he did so beautifully.
Perfectly. I don't need a big gain. I don't need to hold on to this football because the longer I hold on to it with the blitz coming, the worse things are going to happen. I just need a few yards for the first down, get it out of my hand, get the first down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Not a lot of daylight there. Let's give him one to the 14. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. On the move, it's Russell. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a third down and 3.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down. Just feeds the running back. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. The offense stays on the field. They just have inches to go on fourth down. He'll sneak it and try to surge forward. And 4th and inches, you know what's coming. You know they're going to run the quarterback sneak, but it's one of the hardest plays in football to stop. You got to find a way to dive from the defensive line spot and stop the feet of the quarterback, and they couldn't do it. And listen, they only needed inches. That's what makes it so difficult to stop. Go straight ahead. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Arkansas.
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
And the extra point is good. After that latest answer tied things up, just about set to kick it away again. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tied.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game. So a lot to process and think about.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10.
I still didn't change what I needed to change.
From the gun, the running back looking for room. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going, handing the ball off.
Under heavy pressure, lets it fly.
There you go, Pope.
On the way, it's picked off. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it, and you can hear it, and sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time, he used the lob wedge, and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
Yeah, fool, so.
The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the defense? Great job getting that stop, getting the football right back to the hot hand. Now this offense, Palmer, has a chance to take the lead.
You can see the offense, too. They understand the situation right now. They were jonesing on the sidelines to get another opportunity to run back on the field. They are ready to drive this ball and go score.
He'll run it again. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. It's a 1st and 10.
That was a good run.
Two-yard line. Leaves it with the back. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
Using his legs, it's Russell. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35.
Hey, I know Russ.
Physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Both teams wanted to establish the run, and they have done exactly that in the 1st quarter. We've got a
You
good
got
one
it.
going here, and looking forward to keep those vibes rolling here in the second. Now facing a third down as they come back to the line after the break. They'll try to power their way ahead. Fights his way for a couple, but stops short of the marker. It's 4th and 1.
If they come up short, it's not going to set up 4th and 1. If I'm this offensive coordinator, I'm finding who's my biggest, most physical back, the guy that I can trust to get north and go get me this first down.
And so I'm bringing all the big bodies in on the defensive line, and I'm making sure I get a little bit of penetration
Let's go.
so I don't let that big running back get downhill so he can fall forward, so he can get momentum going. Big time 4th down and short coverage.
A bold decision to go
They
for
did
it
it.
on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn the page, calm him down to go out and refocus this drive.
Yeah, and some people do that better than others, but you got to show some trust in him. Maybe get the ground game going, help around him a little bit with the system.
Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
Yeah.
And the Gamecocks in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. He's going to take off.
Bullshit.
Really nice job by this sophomore quarterback to pick up the first down with the run. The Gamecocks
How he didn't make the
line with a
tackle.
fresh set of downs.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. 3rd and short now from their own 48. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out quickly. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
And it's tough on the defense there. 3rd down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too.
The expressway is wide open. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9. And that big gainer on the last one has them threatening from inside the 10. Using his feet. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
You know, we talk about quarterbacks having to make quick decisions, and I think you saw it on that play. Nobody opened downfield, and he just decided to take it.
They pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. This whole red zone offense thing has been a little shaky. They've been stopped twice already. Maybe they ought to try to score from deep. Slams ahead.
Let's go.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Let's go, defense.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hadn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
So they were able to put up a 3 spot on that last drive, and now the kickoff team out there as they prepare to put boot to leather. Fielded in the end zone. It's Johnson. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. And Arkansas ready to send out this. Both of these defenses a little bend, but not breaking in clutch situations, David.
It's always exciting when you can go for it on 4th down and you know your defense will make a stand. They held them to a field goal, Jesse. It's a pretty good job by that defense.
It is. So if I'm this coaching staff, don't deviate from the game plan here. Go back to doing what you want to do and get established in this game.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Got the quick pass. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense. The Hogs getting it done through the air, evoking memories of Ryan Mallett.
And that's what the fans of Arkansas want to see. They've always got that physical ground game. They always want to have a little bit of balance, and when they get that balance, they get that offense cooking, they get everybody pretty excited. You might even get a woo pig swing.
To the air on 1st down. It's complete on the right side. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. He's got an open man. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
And a really good job by the quarterback being very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
The give to the running back from the shotgun.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the offense. On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and it's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. With the catch, it's Brown. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They hoped to get him in space, create running room, and there just wasn't anything there.
I love the 3rd down aggressive, in-your-face defense, not giving you any room to run down the field. Great job by the defense. They saw the throw, the quick pass, reacted to it, got him on the ground for a loss.
Oh, and he missed it. No good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. It's the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can tack a little something extra on their lead before the break. Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Had to get rid of it quickly. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack. And the Gamecocks line up to punt it away. First one is away, and boy, did he put in work in that loss last week, kicking it 5 times. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
And a great job by the offensive line. If you're going to run the ball right at the middle, you better control the line of scrimmage. You can see the center, the guard, the tackles doing a good job getting on their guys just enough where this running back can get into space and make a big game.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
One of the things I love about this kid is that he goes to work. He struggled his last game out, completed less than 50% of his throws. So back to the drawing board, back to fundamentals, and you can see that paying dividends in this game. I know he just threw an incompletion, but for the most part, this guy has been spot on.
Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Quickly complete. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Get it out on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down.
One of the things I love about this defense is they just have such great awareness, and they're always communicating. They understood the down and distance. They knew exactly what they needed to do to make the tackle to force the punt. That is so well done.
They'll run for it on 4th down. They get him on the ground, but it's a 1st down. From that spot on the field, you had to expect them to go for it, and it worked out.
Why the heck would you not go for it? I mean, I almost want to go for it on every part of the field, but especially once you start to get this deep in territory. But you're also, field goals aren't 100% at this distance. It's a little bit of a longer kick. Just try to keep this drive alive and try to go get extra points.
I'll tell you, for this defense, they're going to have to find a way to bracket this slot receiver because of how athletic he is. They're going to need to make sure they've got linebackers and DBs surrounding this guy at all times.
Out of the gun, the running back has it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He's looking to throw. Using the quick game. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down.
They pick up the 1st down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this 1st down.
One snap coming before they head to the locker room. They're going to give him another chance on 2nd and goal. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And in the final seconds of the 1st half, they'll send out the field goal unit. It is good! And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Men, it is hard to beat Columbia when that town is buzzing as it is today. And if you thought that was a quick 1st half, you'd be right on the money. An offensive showcase, yes, but it's been those dynamic running backs who have set the pace. I'm curious to find out if this ground and pound approach is going to continue into the 2nd half, or if one of those defenses will actually show some pride. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Williams-Brice.
The Gamecocks will kick it away first, and we'll start the 2nd half. Here he comes from inside his own 5.
Oh, bullshit.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. First drive of the second half, always fun to watch. You see what type of tweaks were made at the half, especially when you're locked up in a ball game like this one.
Yeah, and it's been a good game. I mean, it's been a little bit of back and forth and a feeling out process. And now once you get in the second half, who's going to get aggressive, Palmer? Who's going to take some shots, try to make some plays, and really go for it?
Yeah, it's interesting. I think as play callers right now, you learn a lot about these coaching staffs with respect to who does make the best adjustments. There's a lot of coaches that believe we're just going to be who we are. We're going to keep doing what we do. We're just going to do it better. But then there are others that tweak things a little bit on offense and on defense. We're going to find out here.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. This time he's got it. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling.
Into double coverage, and he picked it off. Got some room. Oh, my goodness, he's still moving. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They'll start this drive with a pass. Touchdown, South Carolina! And that one will give them the lead.
That is exactly what most offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. First down here from the offense. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Going deep. Makes the grab on
What a dime.
He's loose.
What a dime.
Razorbacks. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
And I think in the pre-snap, I think both of these guys were on the same page. They had a look defensively that let them know we can pitch this thing way down the field. I'm going to go run under and make a big play for it.
Yeah, and when I'm the receiver, I'm like, I'm open, right? I'm going straight down the field. Throw me the football. I got the speed. I can beat this.
Oh, shit. That was that last one from the car.
They've done that so much in practice. They knew it was second nature, and they executed it perfectly.
And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Stanford has the lead right now, but there's no John Elway on this team, and that's why we have a tight one there on the farm. They're up by 10 over UMass. Your boy KC has you covered here in studio, guys, in case anything changes in this one.
Well, go on, viewer, whoever you are.
Let us know when it goes final. From the gun, the
Oh, my God.
These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34.
Somebody got flatline because I heard that shit in my damn ear. Oh, yeah.
Cox come to the line in the hurry up. They'll run play action. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. They're going to keep this drive going. They'll have to make a play on 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Unleashes.
Oh, bullshit.
And they fail to hook up on 3rd down.
And on that 3rd down play, there just wasn't any timing between the quarterback as an intended target. As a result, ball falls incomplete, setting up 4th.
The Gamecocks decide to play.
All right, Hackle.
This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Outside the pocket, lets it go. How about getting the foot down on that throw for the big completion?
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Just sledgehammering his way down to the 33.
This running back just doesn't go down easily. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not overly huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him and just, you know what, let his talent do the rest.
On the ground, it's Russell. Makes the tackle right at the 28-yard line. Pick up a 5, and they'll move the sticks.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
The give to the back.
Ah.
Down after a gain of 1 to the 27.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Got him looking run. He wants to throw. Makes the grab. It's James. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down.
That had to be a coverage bust because there is no way one of the best receivers in the country was that wide open. Somebody on defense wasn't where they were supposed to be. They had their eyes in the wrong place. That should not happen ever.
From the red zone, looking for a space. Dances away. They finally get him on the ground, but not before
Okay.
he rips off enough.
Figures you slow as hell, but we'll take that.
This is a pass play. He has his eyes down the field. He's looking to throw the football. But how nice is it when you got a guy like this that can scramble and go get you a first down? Just really hard to stop from a defensive perspective.
They move the tight end all over. Keeping it on the ground on first.
Oh, come on.
Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on 2nd and goal. They'll run it to the left, looking for the touchdown here. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down to the
Well, you got to hit that block soon.
3rd and goal call here from the 2. Let's see if they can finish the deal. The give. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back.
Oh.
If they get down in this area of the
I be
field,
having random viewers and shit that be tuning in too sometimes. So,
2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
god damn.
Ready to try the point after.
These niggas D-line feel like
The
Georgia.
extra point is true, and they're on top.
Trying to
by
goddamn
7.
move these
They took
motherfuckers.
it 64 yards right down the field. And finished the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2.
Oh, that's a terrible kick.
A rather inauspicious start with the kickoff out of bounds and great field position for this offense. You know, the field's about 53 yards wide. Got to kick it between those 53 yards, or else the drive will start on the 40. Offense getting set for first down. They'll try the run. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. And the Gamecocks want to move quickly. On second down, he'll fire.
Oh, bullshit.
This defense is...
What the hell? Wow. They tried to let the nigga take it. That's crazy.
Now trying to keep this drive alive on 3rd and long from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes a connection. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Moves it forward just a bit, a pickup of 1 to the 35. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. They'll try to get it through the air.
Oh.
Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. The Gamecocks are moving quickly down the field.
And how about that 3rd down? They go 5 wide. They spread the defense out. And at quarterback there, you're just trying to find your best one-on-one matchup. You're making a quick throw, and you're picking up the first to keep the drive going.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. They'll wrap him up, and he didn't find the same kind of running room this time as he did on the previous play. They go to the ground. He's brought down, but not before they pick up the big first down.
Damn it.
And the Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll throw it from the red zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the field because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
And the extra point was good. No incident there, and we are tied up in the 3rd. All tied up and just about set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
The Razorbacks have a first down.
So far, everything's just seemed to work for this offense when they've wanted to run the football. Regardless of what down and distance it is, they're able to get it done. Up front, getting a lot of push, and these backs are finding the holes.
Movement here from the tight end. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, you haven't seen a ton of incompletions in this game, and that's good news for this QB. Obviously, he struggled his last game out. Part of that was the defense. Part of that was him not playing as well as he wanted to. But in this game, he really has been, for the most part, locked in, and that is a good sign for this offense.
Man, what a finish we could have. Tie game, 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. Quarterback will audible. They'll try to get outside. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. He's up to 86 yards on the ground, and that's just another routine day for this guy who's been among the nation's leaders in rushing all season long. To the ground to try to move the chains. And the Razorbacks get it past the sticks.
Yeah, and a nice job dialing up that short yardage situation play call there, David. They needed 1 yard, and they picked up 2.
Yeah, great job up front. Great job by the back knowing where they need to go. Nice.
Oh, you standing like that?
Get through and not have to just
you got to get that off.
And the pass falls incomplete. That's how we'll wrap up the third quarter of play. But now, time for the fourth quarter. We've reached the end of the third quarter, and we have a potential classic on our hands, all tied up as we take a peek at the stats. These two teams about to find out what they're made of as we open the fourth, all tied up. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. From the gun.
Come on. Oh, my God, bro. If you make that block. If you make that block.
From the 42, if they can get some of it, it might give them a chance to go for it on fourth down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking for a huge play. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. The Razorbacks send out the punt unit.
You got to catch that.
Sends his first one of the day on the way. We didn't see much of him in that victory last week. Just called on one time. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. How big is this drive? Scored a touchdown the last time they had it. Defense gets a stop, and now it's up to them in a tie game.
All right, so if you're the offensive coordinator here, let's dial it in. Who are your best matchups and best playmakers to take advantage of this golden opportunity?
Yeah, and I'm interested to see this defense, too. Like, the momentum is clearly not in your favor. How do you get it back? How do you make a big play? Do you be more aggressive here to try to get the football back to your offense?
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got his man quickly. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
I mean, this offense basically lined up and said, I don't care if you double team him, triple team him, it really doesn't matter. We're still going to feature him. And guess what happens? They still get the first down, even though he was double teamed. Oh, he left him grabbing.
Finally run out of bounds, but he has his offense rolling with a first down. Defense in press coverage. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
Out of the gun, they give to the back. Only a couple there, and now staring at 3rd and 8.
All right.
To get a little closer for a field goal trying, they've got to do it in a hurry. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They could really use a few yards here on 3rd down, because from here, it would be a 61-yard attempt. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. And he breaks into the open. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
Wow.
And they grab the advantage.
And y'all in man.
Here in the fourth.
How about that? His second receiving touchdown of the ball game. Find ways to get your athletes the ball. They'll do the rest. That's number 2. They better start playing some better defense, and number 3 is coming soon.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys...
Oh, picked off.
Why was your route that?
Jump in, icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
Right time. Linebackers are usually big physical guys you see play the run a lot. Hard to get 2 receptions in a game. Special player making special plays.
Bust through behind his pad. Just a savvy, veteran, productive run from this junior. They're going to go right back to him on first down.
Get the ball, get the ball, get the ball, defense. Come on.
And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, South Carolina.
Oh, we smacked him.
Give him a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide.
When you've got a losing skid, there's nothing like some good old home cooking. They came back home, and they have played an outstanding game. And let's give this crowd a helmet sticker.
That was definitely a fumble. Nobody could get it.
So loud. You know they've impacted this game, and that's the beauty of college football, helping their team get back in the win.
And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Stanford has the lead right now, but there's no John Elway on this team, and that's why we have a tight one there on the farm. They're up by a field goal over UMass. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. He wants to start this drive with a pass. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
And the defense is playing with a sense of urgency right now. Obviously, they're playing with the lead. They know this offense needs to find a way to generate points, expecting a shot on that last play, so nice job in coverage.
Looking to throw on second down. Going back to the well, another deep ball.
And it's okay that that ball's incomplete. It's important this offense comes out and they show that they want to be aggressive. They show that they're willing to take shots. They're going to try and take the top off of this defense. Not able to connect on that one, but that will not be the last deep ball we see in this game.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, back up inside their 20. From the gun, wants to pass. He unleashes a long one. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
On 4th down, going to the air. He'll take another shot here. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game. Offense set on first down. From the gun, they'll try the middle. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave him a little bit of everything on that one.
It's got to be tough right now on defense. You need to find a way to get a stop, and you haven't been able to do that in the 4th quarter. You've been giving up points. You just gave up a touchdown in the last drive. You need a turnover. You need to do something right now to stop this momentum.
That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. The run up the middle, trying to steamroll his way in. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. It's still 3rd and goal. It's a draw. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. Smashes it between the uprights. And that will extend their lead even further. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. We'll see if that failed 4th down in their own end last time, David, sort of curbed some of the aggressiveness.
When you hear about it all the time in football, go for it. Be aggressive. The problem is...
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. He's got it on the left. Hit the afterburners, kid. Touchdown, Arkansas. And once he got loose, it was all over.
And this receiver is on fire. He's got all the skills that you look for in a big-time target. And that's already his 2nd touchdown of the game.
Lining up to add another. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. That one's going to get a little star marked beside it on the play sheet. One play, explosive, touchdown just like that. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Finds his man. It's Jacobs. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. The Gamecocks want to pick up the tempo. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. And here comes the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Makes a move. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. A quick strike touchdown up top the last time they had it, Jesse. They'd love to do it again.
No doubt. They've got so many playmakers on the perimeter, David. Just find a way to get these guys the ball in space.
And you already started, man. Making that big play, opening up this offense. This quarterback is feeling good about himself. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it right back to him.
Well, that last play is a beautiful start to this drive. You've got some work to do here. You've got some mountain you've still got to climb if you're going to win this game. A couple minutes left. You've got the horses to get you there, but it's all about getting the drive started with a positive play, and they found that on that last one.
Had to work to pick up 3 down to the 33-yard line. And now on, wait, it's not 4th down. It's 3rd down, and the field goal unit's out there.
Fuck.
Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. The missed field goal leaves us with a double-digit game, still sitting at 10. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42. The defense calls the timeout. They're 2nd of the day as they try to get their act together. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. This is a big third down. If they can move the chains, they can just about salt this game away. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Gamecocks will send out the punt unit. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man.
And the Arkansas offense will take over. First and 10.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Wants to throw on first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's taking the deep shot. And he's got it inside the 25. He flips his field in an instant, and he's got him set up at the 20. Got to get everybody to the line and spike it to stop.
20-yard line. Get over. Kick the field goal. Let's see.
Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection. They were really starting to put a drive together. After a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. They're going to throw it again. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Fires deep toward the end zone.
Let's go! The running back.
For the late touchdown, so let's not put this one to bed just yet.
And listen, still a ways to go, but great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a one-possession game. We got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to...
And I didn't mean to come up that played out. Because I sure didn't mean to run no huddle.
PAT unit on the field. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Stanford is putting on quite a fireworks show today, and they're loving every minute of this now on the phone. They're up by 24 over UMass. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. So the decision has been made, and the
this
coach will
game
take the penalty. First down here for the offense. The quarterback takes a knee. This one was a lot like a tennis match, back and forth, up and down, and they just couldn't quite score enough and get the key stop to get the win.
And defenses have changed, right? It's not a...
Damn. Mm.